Hi everyone, it's Dody, and I just thought I would finish off this journal. There's not much left to do in this journal, but I did want to add some lace pockets and add some tags in and other things. But before we get into the journal, I thought I'd show you, I have a dresser full of lace and fabrics, and it's gotten so stuffed that it's hard to put things in. So I've been taking some of my leftover paper boxes, and I covered this one, and I put some laces in it. And I wanted to share with you this Etsy shop. It's called Adventures in Lace. I think she's in Spain, but I recently got, all this came in it too. I recently got this new little hoard of lace, and they're just perfect scraps of lace to put into pockets. And so I thought I would take this little gathering of lace and work from it. I thought that might be fun. So let's bring the journal over. And this is a journal that I've been working on, and I did make this topper for the journal. It is the closure as well. So in order to close the journal, you have to have the topper tied onto it. And here is the topper. It is constructed from an old photo folder. This had an old photo that I used in another journal, and it's just constructed on that piece of cardboard or whatever they made those of, and it has this little border of lace and old book pages, a mulberry rose, and then this lovely old image of a fashion plate, La Follette, and some it's covered in mica. And I love to do this with mica because mica rarely comes in a nice full sheet. They come in sheets that tend to be cracked and broken. So I love to find different pieces that can go together, and I piece them together sort of like they were broken. So that's the topper. But the reason I made the topper for this journal is because of this book. This is a book. It's Dickens Works. It's a lovely old book cover, and I could not bear to destroy this cover with glue or anything. So I created a hidden spine in the book, and I do have some finishing things I want to do. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put a pocket here, and I may do a lace pocket. This book is full of vintage paper. This is, for instance, a vintage French envelope, and I've put a just a card that I made, a collage card, but it's just full of old book pages, and then I have made some pockets already, and I've got so many things I have to do in this journal. For instance, I have to fill this pocket that goes on the back of this journal card, and then here's a tag that is all finished, believe it or not, but I think I want to add something to the top. Here's an old piece of music, and it also has a little uptuck and another tag made from some old scrapbook paper that I had left over. This is one of my favorite 49 and Market scrapbook papers, vintage remnants, and it's all gone now. It's breaking my heart. I wish I'd bought 20 books of that. I loved that set of scrapbook paper. And then here we have a pocket that's made from actually old, some packing tape and some shelf paper and a picture that I put into this frame, and just another bit of a journaling card with some lace at the top. But as I go through the book, I want to find places to put lace pockets. Now I'm contemplating this as a place. This is a folder made from old music. It's not a folder, it's an envelope. And this is another envelope. But I think I'm either gonna put the lace pocket on the music side. I do like the plain quality of this, and you could actually use this to write. So I think I'll leave that alone. But I do have all of this lace from, I said the store is called Antique Adventures on Etsy, and it is a really, really marvelous store. I've purchased lace from her several times. She has lots and lots of wonderful, wonderful laces. So what I'm trying to decide is, I think I might want to make a little pocket, I'd probably make a pocket going this way. And I love this piece of lace. I think I will actually use that. I am going to use Fabri-Tac because it seems to, it's best for especially old fabrics to hold them in place. I have my iron on. I think I'm going to go starch and iron this really quick. I'll be right back. I know that the proprietor of this shop, Antique Adventures, she prepares these laces so beautifully. I know she washes all of them, and they just come so beautifully. Now, while I was over my ironing board, I should have turned that up. I don't know, do I want to turn up the bottom and use it like that, or I think I do. I think I'm going to just fold it up with my fingers because it's starched. I did starch it so that it would be nice and stiff and ready to do this process. I'm going to take it from that right there, and I think I'm going to cut it off right there at that, right there at the top of that. Cut it right down the middle. There we go. And I think I'm going to just place that. I need to even that up a little bit. So I'm going to just put this little pocket on the back of this envelope that I've made from vintage music. I'm going to save that bit because you never know what you can do with that. I'm just going to stick it right there. Yeah, I think that will look very nice. And then I can put more, make more ephemera to put in this journal, because it's not like I don't have enough going on already with this journal trying to make ephemera. But I'm gonna just put it up the sides like this, turn it over, and there we go. Just put it down gently. There we go. That made a little mark. The music is coming through right there. You can see it. That's okay. It lends itself to the, and that way we can do things like we can put something into the pocket. Let me just make sure that's stuck down. There. That'll be nice. Let me make sure it's not stuck right there. There we go. Make sure it goes all the way in. Yeah, I can put something in there like that. And now I'm going to take an idea from Rhonda. She was using her packing paper, which is something I should use, but I don't have any close by, so I'm just going to use this paper that I use to line the backs of things. And I'm just going to put it like that so that it doesn't stick to the page. This is a wonderful digital. It looks vintage. This comes from my friend Gail at Shabby Cottage Studio. This this is her latest kit, and there are so many good things in that kit. I just could go on and on. Now here's a little lace pocket that I made. I just constructed, this came from a hanky that I had. But this right here, even here's another one of my quandaries. This is a wonderful page for writing. It's right next to another wonderful page for writing. But I'm trying to decide if I want to put something there, some piece of lace. I love this piece of lace. This is a really gorgeous piece. I think I've got it upside down. And it's stained, but it sort of goes with this brown packing. This is actually from an envelope. So, oh no, this came to me from Kate. This is brown wrapping paper. Kate at Pixie Kate Designs sent me that. Oh, I love that paper. But it's the back side, and that would look pretty. And perhaps if I put that down like that, it could be turned back. Or if I put it going this way, then it would lend itself to being turned like that. Probably what I should do is I should sew it. I should sew that to a piece of paper. I think I will. That's what I'm going to do. Let me go find a piece of paper. I'm going to sew that to a piece of paper, and then I'm going to tip it in right there, and that will look so pretty. And then it can be turned, and you can write. Yeah, I love that idea. So I'll be back again. All right, so you can see what I did. I took a piece of rice paper, and the reason I used rice paper is it really is the closest thing to almost being fabric, and it's much more forgiving than a piece of regular stiff paper. I'm gonna cut off all of the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it in the shape of the piece of lace in a triangle, napkin style, and see what that gets me. And put that over there. So if I fold it like this, that's kind of nice. I can't decide if I want to keep the rice paper as a liner or if I want it to show through like that. I kind of like it showing through, so I think I will just let me just take this like this, cut it off, and then I'm gonna cut this side off too. And I think what I'll do is, it's gonna go like this and be glued down. Here we go. Still pretty. Let's go on to the next page. And this one's all filled. These pockets are all filled. I know, I wanted to put something up here, and I thought I would do this. Put this wax seal up here. I think I will do that. I like that wax seal. And I'm gonna use the Fabri-Tac. Wax seals are hard to glue down. I usually have to do it with hot glue, but Fabri-Tac actually sort of works just like hot glue does when gluing something down. And then, now here's a place that I need to put something up there. I'll put that there for now. And I need to do something right here. And let me look in, let's see, I had some labels I wanted to use. What would be pretty there? Let's see what I've got in this box. Oh, here's one. I like this one. This is a chapter 1 papers label. And if I put that right there, I could stamp on it. So I think I will just stick that down real quick. And this is, you know, the thing about making journals is you make the journal, but then you have to go in and add all the special touches that make it really, really something interesting. Okay. And that's the first signature right there. I think I'll clip it so it doesn't pop open. Clip it like this. There we go. And here's another vintage French envelope that needs something in it. And I do have something for that. I do. I just found it recently. Where did I put it? I'll go look for it in just a second. And then there's this old ledger paper that I made a pocket. Oh, I have something that I want to put here really perfect, and it's this. This also comes from Antique Adventures, and I just thought that would be so perfect on that page like that. And in fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to just go along, put the glue down, and then I'm going to stick it on there. And that's what I mean about Fabri-Tac. I had to wipe that off, and then I had to, you know, put it on my pants, my glue pants. But that, I think, will make a very nice place to tuck something up, like a tag. Like you could take, I could use this tag and I could turn it into something and just stick it up there, because I still want my egg to show. In fact, an egg tag might be nice there. But that'll be nice. That perfect little piece of corner lace just worked out perfectly. And here's a piece of music. Now, I don't know if it would withstand a whole lace pocket, but I'm going to show you this piece. It's so pretty. That would look really pretty, like a belly band, a large belly band right there. I think I've got it upside down. Here. I think, wait, is that upside down? No, there, that's the right side. Okay, so that's right side up. I need to trim off the edge so that it's nice and straight. And of course I can use this really delicious little remnant and put it there. I think that's the right side. Okay. I can't tell. I cannot tell which is the right. I think the pleats should show that that would be the right side. The pleats showing up like that. I kind of like it's really hard to tell. I'm gonna go with that being the right side because I like those. That's the right side. I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna cut it off. And I'm going to make a very delicate belly band to put something very delicate in there. Just gonna put glue down one side and glue down the other side. And then I'm gonna put it on there like that. There. Just very simple, just a piece of lace acting as a belly band. Very, very, very elegant and simple. No bells or whistles. That will be pretty. And you can stick a piece of old book page down there, or even a piece of handmade paper. Oh, I've got some perfect handmade paper to put in there. Yeah, I think that's what I'll put there. But now I need to I need to put something in there so it doesn't stick to the next page. I've already done this one, taken this piece of old lace. This came from someplace else, and I made it into like a little folder and just attached it to this old ledger page. And here's a tag that I made. This I made to go into a Sam Poole journal, but it was too tall, so I took it out, and I just love that tag. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts of this journal. I have these Italian papers. They were so fragile. It was like an Italian, like a publication of some sort, like a magazine or something. And it is so fragile that individually the pages just were disintegrating. So what I did was I glued them all together, leaving all their like crazy edges, and made it into a much sturdier page. And this is an embossed bag, and here's the back side of those Italian pages. You can see that they're just so fragile and so beautiful, but they work beautifully all glued together. And then so that they wouldn't pull out, I folded in the middle, and so that they would fit in the book because they hung out too far. And I sewed it together to strengthen the seam. And here's a little place that opens up with a tag on some vintage music and a scrappy pad. This would be a good place for maybe a bit of a lace pocket. Let's see what else there is in my pile of lace. I love this piece. I want to use it somewhere, but I don't know where. Let's see. What else is in here? I love this piece of lace. Oh, here's a good one. That might be pretty because, just as a flip, because it just shows through the original ledger. If I just shape it up a little, I think I will. I think I'll just cut it, make it straight. Okay, let me get that. And let me see. And then I need to do it over here as well. I need to take it and just cut it off so it's straighter. There. I love that old net. And then put it right there. I don't want to cut off that. I think I'll just let it, wait. Yeah, it goes this, I can't tell which way it goes. I think that way will work. Yeah, I think I'll just let it hang over. I'm just gonna put it there and let it hang over, just sort of be higgledy-piggledy on that old ledger paper. This book is mostly made of old documents and book pages and ledger pages. There's, the digitals are used in the ephemera, the tags that I've made. There's some digital pieces. Not really though, not very many. It's mostly just old, yeah, just old documents and stuff. And I did that by design, just to make it a really wonderful old journal full of old papers, and you can even use it. You could write on all these old papers. That's a pretty substantial, yeah, that's a pretty substantial. I'm gonna do this, tear this off, and I'm gonna put that in there like that so that I can turn that page. And there's a piece of music. This is an Edith Edwardian country lady paper. And here's some more of that old ledger that I'm trying to decide if that needs something. Here's a remnant from that starched piece. It might be pretty right there. I'll think about that. I'll put that right there just in case I want to come back to that. And there is the second signature. Let me see if I can just keep it together. And then here's the third and final signature. This is a new modern envelope that I collaged. I loved the stamp. I kept the stamp, but I did just collage over it and I tipped it in. This is a vintage French book. This is another wonderful digital from Gail's most recent kit, Shabby Cottage Studio. I love this little envelope so much, and I just sort of tipped it into a piece of, this came from an envelope that came in the mail. And here is, yeah, this is a, is it not? I embossed this paint chip. I lined it with music paper, and then I embossed it. I just love embossed paint chips. They're so much fun. And this page, but I left this on purpose like this because this is really wonderful writing space, so I really don't want to interfere with that. And this is a pocket that I have made, and this is one of the digitals from, excuse me, I'm gonna cough. One of the digitals from Ruby and Pearl, her Madam kit. I really bought the whole kit for this digital because it's a beautiful kit, but that's just the most wonderful print. And I made this giant journaling card that just sits in this pocket like this. And then this is actually a pocket that has another journaling card in it. But this might be a good candidate for a little bit of lace. Let's see, what have we got in my lace pile? Emmeline, I love that. That's so pretty. That looks pretty right there like that. I don't know, I think I have to say that's a really special piece of lace. It's really beautiful. I think I have to save that for something really special. Turn the page. I think I'll get a paper clip to keep that from shifting around too much, like this. Just do that. Oops. I'm gonna rip it. There. And then here's another pocket that has nothing in it that I need to make something from this. Now this is an idea that I got from Kate at Pixie K Designs, and it's a pocket that needs something in it. But my problem is, in filling this pocket, is that I love the way this looks, just like that. So I'm gonna have to put something in there that doesn't particularly show, because, and then it opens up, it's just attached to this page like that, but then it opens up like this and you can write all in here. And I just love that idea. I think I am gonna stain the edges of this a little, just a little, the bottom. There we go. But it slips onto that, and there's a pocket here, and it just slips onto there like that with this, and it's held by this rusty paper clip. and then it folds over like that, and then here's a journaling card, and here's a tag. And there's a pocket right here too that needs something. See, I have to fill up all this stuff. I have this wonderful envelope that is empty. I wonder if that would go in there nicely. Oh, it does. It fits really nicely. I'm gonna make it so that the Lydia, I love the name on this, Miss Lyda Hinks, care of, I can't remember, see that, I think that's Governor W. Hinks, Esquire, Secretary, New Orleans. It's from New Orleans, Louisiana. That's just a digital. And here's an empty place. Now, this is a place that could use some lace right there, maybe. On there like that. Or up at the top. Or on the pocket like that. Oh, I wish you guys could answer me. I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be there though. It'd be the only thing hanging down. I don't want to do that unless I move it up to be like that. I don't think so. And then this is a fold out pocket. This needs something in there. See, this is what always happens to me. I'm at the back of my journal and I need to fill all these pockets. Here's a pocket. Now here's a nice writing space. And here is a piece of a lace collage I made on a piece of linen. This is the linen from my daughter's table runners at her wedding. And I just made this pretty lace collage that I think I put that there because I thought that looked pretty. In fact, it would look pretty with a pearl pin, just going through it like this. I'm gonna cough again. That looks pretty. I like that. And then here's a pocket I've got to fill. Another nice writing page. Another pop-out thing a la Kate of Pixie K Designs. And I was going to stamp on here, but here is a pocket. There's a pocket that needs something in it. And here's a pocket that has some things in it. It has a little seed packet from Chapter 1 Papers and a vintage German piece of book page. And this is more of that envelope. This is a Ruby and Pearl digital. And that's that, and there's the back. And I do need to maybe put, I don't know, I can't decide. I like that linen that I used. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this. Let's see if this is dry yet. I think it is, yeah. Let's see if this one's dry. Yeah, it is, okay. Those are dry. I'm trying to decide if I want to, this is the original end paper for the book and I didn't want to cover it up, but I'm thinking I might want to put, that's kind of pretty, a lace pocket, very delicate lace pocket, right there. I don't know how that looks with that piece of linen like that. So those are the things. I've just given you a flip through of this journal. It's almost finished. Got a few pockets I have to fill up. And then, where did I put the topper? Oh, there it is over there. Let me grab it. Yeah, I have a few things I have to finish. And the way the topper goes on is like this. And you just wrap it around really easy and tie it. And I've got quite a few journals to put into my shop. I have so far 3 or 4 lace journals and all kinds of goodies. I really do. So thanks so much for just, you can tell I'm on vacation. I'm just meandering through things in my shop. Thanks so much for your friendship, everybody. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. And I appreciate all of your lovely comments. Thanks for subscribing too. Take care. Bye.